people still watching Gemma's live, so I think a few people are still on another live, but I'm going to make a start because I want to get going. I don't want to keep up too much of your time. What I'm going to cover tonight, so it's day 4 of the week's training for the whole team. So what I'm going to cover tonight is what information to send to people when they actually ask for information on this opportunity. I've spoken to quite a lot of people in the group, people who've reached out to me and asked me questions about what to say and things like that. And it's a common problem that I usually see with people who are sharing information about a business or about an opportunity, is that what they actually do is they talk too much, they give too much information, and it just bamboozles people. So I keep my approach really, really, really simple, and I'm going to show you today how I approached it with a new recruit. And usually if you stick to really, really simple ways and simple processes and simple methods, it'll be so much more effective than trying to do too much or learn too much or try and share too much detail. People generally don't want a lot of detail. For example, if someone's joining a business opportunity, what they'll want to know is how much is it going to cost me? How long is it going to take me? So, you know, what's the time commitment every night? And how much can I potentially earn? And all the other bits in between are just literally like, you know, fillers. You'll get some people who will ask you loads and loads and loads of questions. You know, they'll want to know the finer details. But you'll get the majority of people not really bothering about the details as long as you can tell them overall what it's about. Now, I'm going to show you what I do. I'm going to show you live as well. Oh no, where is Facebook? I thought I had Facebook open then. Hang on 1 second. Bear with me. Oh, damn it. Let's go to. Yeah, I do. Right. Right, hopefully you can see my Facebook there. So I'm going to apologise now if it pings up loads and loads and loads of notifications. This is a live demo, so obviously bear with me. But what I'm going to show you is what I send. So there was a lady today that reached out to me, and usually what happens, I mean, obviously you've seen me posting about Bitcoin, you've seen me posting about the opportunity, and I usually generate leads that way, and then obviously I send information to them. But a lot of the time, because I've got a really good network and I've got people that have known me a while on my network, I usually get people reaching out to me for information and help on Bitcoin. So that's where I tend to get most of my quality leads from, like people who are actually going to sign up. So if you put a post up about Bitcoin, you'll probably get like 10, 20, you know, if you're lucky, leads. But how many of those people actually sign up is probably few and far between. The majority of the people that I get to sign up are people who've actually contacted me because they've gone out of their way to actually ask a question. So I'm going to show you what I kind of went through today with a lady called Morgan. So Morgan contacted me and literally asked me about Bitcoin. So hang on a sec, let me just go into my messenger because you can't see the whole message there. So I had no idea she was going to contact me. It was literally out of the blue. And here it is. So she sent me a message today. Hey, could you send me some more info on the Bitcoin thing? It sounds really, really confusing. So all I send back is, hey, yes, of course. Here's a short video. Have a look at it. I've also got a group that I'm going to add you to, as I've done some training this week on what Bitcoin is. So, you know, tweak that to you. So don't forget to tap people into the Bitcoin training that I've done, because obviously it explains in detail what that is all about. And then she just asked a simple question about, can I do it without recruiting? And, you know, I'm just answering her questions in a shorter space of time as possible. I think what you need to think is try and get into a conversation with somebody. So you're not, if they ask you information a bit about Bitcoin and then you send them, wow, this is what I'm doing, this is Bitcoin, this is the packages, this is the rebuys, this is how you earn money, this is how you build a team, they're going to go, what? Like, that is too much information. So what you need to do is you need to slow it down. You have to bear in mind that a lot of people won't even heard of what Bitcoin is. They won't even understand that it's a digital currency. They won't even have got that far. They would have seen people talking about it and people, you know, spending it and people earning it, but they won't know what it is. So you've got to be willing just to slow down the process and, you know, go through the steps. And then, you know, she asked me a question, is there a lot of risk? Blah, blah, blah. So when people start asking questions like that, you know, is there a lot of risk? What do I have to put in? Blah, blah, blah. I usually always leave a voice note. So don't be afraid to leave a voice note to someone, especially if they're asking you questions about risk and things like that, because they want to hear your voice most of the time. They want to hear that you're pretty confident in what you're talking about. It also helps build a relationship with people as well. I think we get so used to, when we're using Facebook and we're using Messenger, in just literally splurging the information out to people and not really, you know, connecting with them on a personal level. And that's really, really important. So, you know, I just sent her a quick message to say, yeah, there's a risk, you know, Bitcoin. Oops, someone's got their music on. You could just mute your for me. Yeah, what I was saying is I just left her a voice message, just a simple one, a little bit about Bitcoin, telling her about the risk. You know, yes, there is a risk. The Bitcoin value could go down, but at the moment it's predicted to rise quite a lot in value based on this, and this of what I've seen. But obviously Bitcoin value could go down. You know, I haven't got a crystal ball. I can't predict it. But from what I've seen, it looks pretty stable and pretty solid. And then I explain a little bit about the company. So I say, listen, the company's been around for a long time. It's got a massive event being launched in October. It has over 140,000 people join. It's got over 2,000 people joining every single day. It's got amazing momentum. So as I'm looking at it right now, it looks pretty solid on both the Bitcoin and both the company point of view. But obviously, anything is open to risk. So, you know, and then she comes back, okay, how do I start? So, you know, I've put her fears to bed. People are scared around Bitcoin because firstly, they don't know what it is. So you need to address that in that quick video that I think most people are aware of. They don't necessarily know how to spend it because they think, well, I haven't seen anywhere offering how, you know, advertising that you can spend Bitcoin there. So you need to address that point. And then the third point you need to address is there a risk? And you need to be really honest with them on what the risk is. And there is a risk, you know, of course there's a risk. And then once you've got those 3 points cleared off, usually they're almost ready to sign up, or they just want a bit more information, or maybe they just want to listen to you or watch you a little bit more. So those are 3 main areas that I'm seeing at the moment. And then I just send my link and then she signed up, you know. And then what I do then, so following on from that, if you're not sure what to do when that person joins, is make sure that they've already registered, you know, registered a free account, tell them it's totally free, there's no obligation. And then tell them you're going to add them to the team group and tag them in a few posts to get them started. So what I usually do is I tell them what they need to do on their profile. So I will tell them, look, listen, the next thing you need to do is you need to fill in your profile section. So that means fill in this, and this, and this. Leave these sections blank, blah, blah, blah. You'll also need to include you need to verify your ID. I'm going to show you a video of how to do that, and I tag them in that post. So I don't necessarily spend much time chatting to people one-to-one, and you'll see, you know, we finished at 14:49 there, and we started at, what time did we start? Well, I mean, it was minutes. Oh, I can't see the time there. That's annoying. Can't see the time. Oh well. But it was literally minutes in between, from the time she asked for information to the time that I'd given my link and she signed up. It was literally minutes, because I kept it so brief and so to the point. And I think that's what you need to follow. And then, you know, follow the same process with everyone. And like I said, there'll be people who want to know the minute details of absolutely everything, but those people will be very few and far between. Like I said, people will just need to know how much it is, how do they go about starting, and how long is it going to take them, and possibly how much are they going to earn, and also talk about the risk of it as well. So if you keep it that simple, it will be pretty easy. I mean, obviously, make sure that they link into your team group. So for our team group, we've got a series of posts, like the ID post that I did, that you can get tagged in, so they know exactly what they do there. But make it really easy for people. So this week, like I said, is I'm doing a week of training for people to talk about what the opportunity is, what Bitcoin is, what social media is, and how you can use it. So make sure you plug into things like that and tag people in that training, because it's really valuable that people could just get started straight away. The other reason you want to do this, and this is a massive heads up, I mean, I used to work in network marketing, and with the first company I was with, I had a downline of over like 1,700 people in just under 12 weeks. So it was pretty mental. And the reason why it became unmanageable in the end was the number of people I had to manage. And I didn't put processes in place to manage people as a whole. I was just thinking I could manage people one-to-one. But when you get to those numbers of people, you actually can't physically have enough time in the day to spend with absolutely everyone. So when you are building a team, when you are getting people in to recruit them, whether it's your directs or your team's directs and their directs, you need to have a process in place of what you do. Then people join, which doesn't always mean that it's down to you to do it. Because if it is, you're going to burn out. You're going to really burn out. So it's going to be a really quick webinar tonight, because I wanted to keep it brief, because obviously the topic here is keep it brief. Keep it simple, keep it brief, and just keep chatting to people. Learn the business. Like I've told you, you know, what is Bitcoin, what is the opportunity, from a very high level. And then literally start speaking to people about it, and just be aware that you're going to get quite a lot of no's to start with, probably. And then you'll start getting people asking questions. And then eventually you'll get people just message you, say, I need to start, and I can see you're doing so well. It's like a process that people go through. So don't be put off if people are saying, like, no, go away, not interested, because that will change. It just does, as long as you're consistent and you're putting that information out there. So that was everything I wanted to cover on this webinar. If you've got any questions, then feel free to put them in the chat. Oh, we've got one question. Oh, good evening, Mark. Thank you. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, tomorrow. I don't know whether I'm going to do it tomorrow night yet, because it is Friday night, so obviously most people get drunk, unless you're like me and you're pregnant and you've got quite a boring life when you're pregnant. So I might not do it Friday night. I might do it Sunday night. I'm not sure yet, but I will circulate that. But the next session that I do with you is going to be talking around social media. So it's going to be giving you some ideas, some tips on how to generate leads using social media. So I'm just going to be focusing on Facebook because obviously there are so many platforms out there that Facebook is enough, I think, to get you going. So that's what the next session is going to be on. But if you've got any questions, then feel free to hit me with them. Mark, if you've got any questions, let me know. You can either ask me here or you can message me afterwards. And yeah, get back to me if you're watching the replay as well. Thank you for giving up your time, and I'm here to help. So any social media questions, just reach out to me. And I'm going to leave you to it. I don't think you've got any questions, Mark. If anyone else has, then let me know. But I am going to leave it there, and I'll chat to you soon. Okay. Bye-bye. Oh, Debbie, Siobhan, sorry, I didn't see that you'd hopped on. If you've got any questions, guys, then feel free to ask. I'm happy to help. No? Okay. Doesn't look like anyone's got any questions. I'll chat to you soon. Okay, bye.